Happy New Year, Ace Man. I missed your regular shows. Listen, I got to get your thoughts on Carson Kressley riding in the Rose Parade, honoring the firefighters that fought the fires that didn't burn down your house, bro. Get it on. Happy New Year.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, I watched a short doc on that, which is on YouTube. To figure out what that doc was called.
Is that the one that Ralph Fazula sent along?
I don't know if it was that one. It was over the holiday break, but the firefighters didn't do that much. They hung out day 2 and everything just basically burned, and they hung in and they blamed the fire hydrants.
Yeah.
They did a shitty job. Anyway, hero stuff. Everyone's a hero. All right, what do you got?
All right, well, over the weekend, a major military campaign under the cover of night, the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Well, world leaders are not happy about it, dude.
They're not happy.
Nope, they're griping.
Did it? Yeah.
They're deeply alarmed. Leaders from Russia, Iran, China, and Colombia among the nations lining up Saturday to demand the Trump administration release Maduro and First Lady Sila Flores.
Let me ask this in terms of Middle Eastern demands. What's your batting average? You know, like Iran demands this and demands that, and everyone goes, oh, fuck you. But by the way, circling back to the no more defund the police and community policing and safe injections, I just fucking force. Consequence. You can talk to Iran for 30 years about their nuclear program and sanctions and beg them to stop and have inspectors, or you can take a couple of bunker buster fucking Moabs and drop it up their ass and blow their fucking enrichment plants up, and then you can turn the page and move on.
Correct.
Or you can talk about it for another 30 years while they enrich uranium and get ever closer to the bomb.
Right.
So I want to live in a world where we can send our diplomats over to Tehran and they can talk to their folks and we can break some bread and we can make a deal. But I also want a deal where I can tell Somalis, hey, do not collect welfare or child support that you don't need, okay? I want that world too, except for that world doesn't exist.
Yeah. Here's the statement from the Russian Foreign Ministry. In view of the confirmed reports about Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his spouse being in the United States, we strongly urge the U.S. leadership to reconsider their position and release the legitimately elected president of a sovereign country and his spouse. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, they're parading through the streets, celebrating. They're so happy.
Now, the Democrats are great, too, with this stuff, because it's all in. You know what I was thinking about the other day? As I was, going on my third avocado in a day and a half, I thought, remember when the Democrats were explaining we weren't going to have avocados?
That's right.
What happened to avocados?
Yeah.
What happened? Remember when if Trump moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, that the
Big's going to start the war.
Middle East was going to be on fire?
Yep.
All they do is pronounce shit. Mandami's talking about how New Yorkers are in danger now because they took the guy from Venezuela. It never happens. It happens as much as can't get a Tecate. Hey, is anyone able to get their hands on an avocado? I know a guy. He's got a van. He sold me one for $128. It was a little old, but and he sold me a Tecate beer, 6-pack, $71. Or did none of this ever happen?
No, none of it ever happened. Speaking of
By the way, and none of it ever does happen.
No, it doesn't.
You bomb Iran, we're going to start World War III or nothing.
I want to know where all of the dead children are because of Doge. Where are all the dead children?
That's what I was yelling about.
They're going to be what?
Beginning.
There were 50,000, 100,000 dead kids.
They're in mass graves somewhere, Dawson.
In avocado news, just real quick, I planted an avocado tree in my house. 2 avocado trees in 2018. I got my first avocado over the weekend. One.
Nice.
And it's big. It's bigger than my fist. It's a big avocado.
Chuck Schumer will give you $1,200 for it. Because Chuck told me we were not going to have access to avocados.
It took freaking 7 years to get one avocado.
You know the funny thing about all the Democratic scare shit is every once in a while I'm just cutting an avocado and I go, or whatever I'm doing, going, what happened?
Yeah.
And now the answer
and nobody ever says anything about it.
I know the answer.
We never go back.
The answer is nothing. Whatever it is you said was going to happen never happens. So, pardon me if I don't believe you.
Well, let's move on to the Somali fraud regarding daycare centers. And this story we're going to get into simply because it's from NPR. And I'm just going to read the headline, and then we will dissect the audio from the interview and the story itself. But here's the headline. Right-wing influencers' fraud claims leads to threats for Somali daycare owners.
Yeah, so here's an interesting thing. So no one cares about NPR and no one's going to listen. Remember, I did an interview with NPR 10 years ago. They never aired it. So this whole truth is for all or transparency shit, they're all full of shit over there. No one should listen to them. No one should listen to any mainstream media anymore because they're biased. But I will explain what has gone on. What has happened to these esteemed news organizations. Now, NPR is going to do what NPR is going to do. What they don't realize is nobody cares anymore. No one's listening.
True.
Except for a handful of their fucking
except
idiots.
for them,
but they don't.
They're in their own echo chamber.
Right. But and I think we have this clip, and I'll tie it into your NPR thing here, which is actually Barry Weiss sent it to me over the weekend. And she wants me to write an article for the Free Press or whatever, column, something. Anyway, well, her and I are friendly, and so she sent me this. And I'd already torn it apart on Twitter before she sent it to me, so I felt bad. But, all right, so this is the new, and look, I love Barry Weiss. And this is, or as Mike August would call, Barry Weiss. And then when I explain to him it's Barry Weiss when we're going to the event, he goes, what's the difference? And then I go, well, one is Barry and one is Barry.
Yeah,
and
but
then
to
he
be
says,
fair,
but who cares? And
he
I go,
met
well,
her at a Dokken concert.
That's right. I love the joke. I go, well, she's probably going to care, Mike. But anyway, there is a path here. You can just pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
Like I do.
Yeah.
And then we can move on. But there's a way to do that with the calendar and the dates and the live shows, too. But I guess that's not going to happen. But anyway, Barry Weiss sent me this. And then I'll explain what's going on. So I'll play you this. This is the new anchor for CBS Evening News.
Okay.
A lot has changed since the first person sat in this chair. But for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to.
Correct.
And it's not just us. It's all of legacy media.
Correct.
And I get it. I get it because I've been hearing about it from just about everybody for more than 20 years as I've traveled America on this assignment or that. My mom's neighbors in West Virginia, my own neighbors in New York City, thousands and thousands of conversations in between. Sometimes people want to talk to me about our coverage of NAFTA or the Iraq War. Other times it's all about Hillary Clinton's emails or Russiagate. Or more recently, COVID lockdowns, Hunter Biden's laptop, or the president's fitness for office.
All right, pause. All right. It's all stuff you lied about, but you all lied about it. But,
yes.
But I will explain what the problem is. Because these people, here's what they do. It's funny. In their attempt to claw back some legitimacy, they lie again.
Yes.
And what I need to hear is a mea culpa and explain to me what you did and what happened, and now we need to move on. But listen to, okay, so he goes, Hunter Biden's laptop, the president's fitness, COVID. All shit they all lied about.
100%.
Okay, now we can't say we lied. We're a news organization. So they do this thing where we got a few things wrong. Okay, you got a few things wrong. This is my... Every time you go to the corner store, you give them $20, you get short change for a bottle of Gatorade. And then you say to the guy, I gave you, the Gatorade's $5, I gave you 20, it gave me $10 back. I should have 15. And he goes, oh, the cash register's broken. Yeah, if the cash register's broken, I should get more. half the time, and then less the other.
It should vary.
I've been here every time. All I do is get shortchanged by the broken cash register. So maybe it's not a broken cash register, which is you got it wrong. Maybe it's you're lying.
Maybe it's working the way that you have intended it all along.
So he's going to explain to us with all these stories what happened.
Hunter Biden's laptop or the president's fitness for office. The point is, on too many stories, the press has missed the story because we've taken into account the perspective of advocates and not the average American.
All right, pause there. All right, that's fine. You didn't miss the story. You lied about the story. And yes, you did listen to advocates. By the way, you're not supposed to listen to advocates. You're supposed to go do the research and crunch the numbers, not listen to people who work for this organization or that organization who have an agenda.
Without fear or favor.
Yeah, you're going to go talk to the person who runs the Somali daycare, or you're going to do some journalism?
No.
Okay, here we go.
Advocates and not the average American. Or we put too much weight in the analysis.
You don't need to talk to the average American either. You're a news organization. Does COVID kill healthy kids? No. Okay, we got our answer.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to the average American to get that.
You don't need to talk to the average American. You don't need to talk to advocates. But keep going.
Analysis of academics or elites, and not enough on you. And I know this because at certain
points... Go back a second, sorry.
I have been you. Or we put too much weight in the analysis of academics or elites and not enough on you. And I know this because at certain points, I have been you. I have felt this way too.
All right, hold on. I don't know what he's talking about.
What I was seeing.
Hold on. He doesn't need to talk to us about anything COVID. Hunter Biden's laptop, does it exist? I don't know. Go interview the guy from the MacBook store and go talk to the FBI and see if they have it, and go fucking pull some records and go talk to Giuliani or whoever.
Tony Bobolinsky.
Go talk to Tony Bobolinsky. Go do some fucking work.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Let's go do some journalisming. Would you fucking please? Not relying on academics. Yeah, academics that are dyed-in-the-wool Democrats.
Instead of focusing on, we don't need to know what they are saying in Duluth.
Just go.
That's not the news. Get the story.
It's a laptop. Does it exist or doesn't exist? You can start with the guy who owns the Mac store. Then you can go to Bobolinsky. Then you can see if Giuliani has has the files, and then you can take them and vet them, which is easily done. And you can find out that the FBI had the thing for a year. Okay, go ahead.
You. And I know this because at certain points, I have been you. I have felt this way too.
Okay, we're all.
I felt like what I was seeing and hearing on the news didn't reflect what I was seeing and hearing in my own life, and that the most urgent questions simply weren't being asked. So here's my promise to you today and every time you see me in this chair. You come first, not advertisers, not politicians, not corporate interests. And yes, that does include the corporate owners of CBS.
All right.
Bullshit. This news is brought to you by GlaxoSmithKline every other fucking day, you liar.
All right, listen. It's not relying. Here's what fucked up corporate news and all mainstream media. NPR includes all of it. Just listen to me, everyone. I'm telling you what happened. It's not, yes, there's money, there's pharmaceutical companies, and there's pressure, and there's whatever else, and relying on experts. It's not you relying and listening to academia, nothing. Here, let me explain to you what exactly happened. News outlets were a sausage fest 30 years ago. 75 years ago, it was all dudes. There was one woman in the building. She was working as a receptionist, right? And it was just all dudes, right? And then we decided we needed more women and more women and more women. More women everywhere, by the way, making all the decisions, running the daycare centers, mayor of Los Angeles, in the newsrooms. The newsroom on most of these places went probably, in 2000, was probably 9% women or 13% women. It went to like 57% women. It did what college campuses did. It did what everything did. College students and graduate degrees and stuff like that. It's now majority women.
Correct.
Okay. And so these newsrooms got filled with women. Women in these newsrooms, well, they hate Trump. Okay. Now you go, okay, your newsroom is filled with a bunch of women who hate Trump. Ladies, what you're going to have to do is separate your feelings for Trump in order to be a professional journalist. Well, you know what? We can't do that. We can't. Just like, as I've said, take a mom. Hey, mom, your mom, that's right. You love your 13-year-old son? You have more than anything in life. He's a champion Little League pitcher. Okay. Well, the umpire got sick today, and we're going to need you to call balls and strikes behind the plate.
Yeah.
Good luck, Mom. Mm-hmm. Good luck. He's going to fucking bounce his first pitch to home plate, and she's going to yell strike because she can't stop.
Right.
Because she's a mom first and an umpire second. And all those bitches who now got fired from all their Ivy League schools when they got pulled up in front of Congress, when they got prodded and poked at by the female Republican, they were women first, not presidents of Harvard, presidents of Brown, and presidents of Yale. They were women, and they were like, fuck you, fuck you, because they were women first. Women are women first. Guys can separate. Now, compartmentalize. You could have me call balls and strikes if my son was pitching, and I would do a good job. As a matter of fact, I would overcompensate a little bit, probably be a little tough runner.
Yeah.
My ex-wife couldn't do that because Sonny's up there, and she loves her boy. You see? So now you take all these women and you put them in the news organization, right? All right, let's have our Monday morning meeting. Shall we cover Hunter Biden's laptop? No, we should not. Why not? It's a news story. It hurts our guy.
Right.
And we hate the other guy.
Right.
All right, I have an alternative story. What is that? I have an unknown source, an unidentified source that says that Donald Trump was seen pissing on the tomb of the unknown soldier. All right, let's go with that one. You sure you don't want to go with the Hunter Biden lap? No. We can't confirm. We can't confirm.
Right.
Leslie Stahl has been at CBS for 150 years. And she sits there in front of Trump, and Trump starts talking about the laptop. And sir. What's she doing?
Minutes.
What's she doing at that point? She's no longer journalism. She's a woman.
Yeah.
Now, a journalist would have went, you know what a journalist would have went? He'd go, what about the Hunter Biden laptop? You missed that, sir. Well, you know what? Inform me. Educate me. Go ahead, President of the United States. Tell me about Hunter Biden's laptop. So what do you know? Have you seen it? Okay. Sir. That's all the woman stuff. Okay. So it's gynofascism. We took women who are emotional, and that's good for raising kids, and it's good for many things.
It might be good for ratings for a while.
It's not good for journalism.
Yeah.
And it wasn't you listening to experts. It's you got a whole bunch of women infused into that. They all hate their daddy. They all hate Trump. And that's why you guys fucked all your reporting up on everything from COVID to Hunter Biden's laptop to inject bleach to good people on both sides. You guys fucked all that up because you got a whole bunch of crazy bitches in there who hated Trump. That's what happened to you guys.
Right.
Okay, so see if you can fix it.
Well, see, the other thing, too, I like the effort here. Yes, I want this to happen, but I don't believe a word out of his mouth. Now, if he said our credibility is 10% of what it was 20 years ago, and our revenue is down year by year by about 40 to 50%, and so we figured out we're doing it wrong, we're changing. That's what they don't. I maybe Barry Weiss, I'm sure that she has...
Sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure that she has good intentions. But in the end, to me, as a pessimist, this is all money. This is all a reaction to money. They don't really care about the news. Well, they're losing revenue.
Yes. All right, next story.
Well, let's get back to the Somalia guys. Would you like to listen to that NPR thing, or do you want to cut in?
I like that.
This is an NPR story where they...
Well, and now here's the other thing with women. They can't stop. It doesn't matter. They'll keep going. You know what's an interesting quality with women? Every woman I've ever known, really? If they tell a story, like if they don't like, okay, they don't like Mike Dawson, right? And then they go... Well, I don't want Mike Dawson coming to the Christmas party because last year he stole some of the granola bars that we had out for the guests. And then I go, oh no, he didn't steal those bars. I put those bars away because I thought the party was over. And they go, oh, okay. 1 year later, I'll go, let's make the guest list. I'll go, we're going to invite Mike Dawson to Christmas. No, I don't want that guy here. He stole. That's how their fucking brains work. Do you understand? So there is no, I'm going to explain to you about injecting bleach, and I'm going to play the tape of good people on both sides, and I'm going to tell you, no border guys beat any Somalians with reins, okay?
But there's such a sinister...
They go right back to it. They can't, it's emotion. You know what it is? I hate Mike Dawson, and I don't want him at the Christmas party, and it doesn't really matter if I can explain away whatever it is, but I can't get through to the emotion.
Right.
Now put that in the newsroom, get rid of Mike Dawson, put Trump in there, and good luck getting some news.
And the more you repeat the story...
Yes.
The more people are just going to be willing to take it that I'm a thief, but specifically granola bars.
Just granola. All right, go ahead.
All right, let's see this NPR
Somali Americans in Minnesota who operate childcare centers say they've received violent threats and have been targeted by vandalism.
This follows posting of a video last week by a right-wing.
By the way, according to the left, being harassed or threats is the worst thing you can do to someone.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you stab someone in the ear with a screwdriver on the subway and kill some blonde girl, that's no biggie.
No.
But if you're harassed or you feel threatened in any way, that is the biggest attack you can put on someone. And by the way, they do this all the time. Remember after 9/11? Oh, the Middle Eastern community feels, give me a body count. Give me a body count.
Right.
And by the way, if we did this in their country, every fucking blonde-haired person would be hanging from the rafters.
Right.
Okay, you guys are going to care. I know. They felt that. Yes, they felt harassed. They felt whatever. Everyone felt pressure. Everyone feels harassed. Right, except for nothing ever happens.
Sorry, I'm getting a little mad here, but what's in it for NPR? That's what I want to know. What the hell is in it for NPR? Continue, please.
Somali Americans in Minnesota who operate childcare centers say they've received violent threats and have been targeted by vandalism.
This follows posting of a video last week by a right-wing YouTube influencer that he said shows evidence of fraud at Somali American childcare centers. The Trump administration.
You can pause for a second.
He showed the evidence on
I know. They always do this. You know where we're at with the verbiage, everybody. Whenever they go, Trump falsely claimed the election was stolen. No. Trump claimed the election was stolen.
Right.
And flat earthers claim the earth is flat, and the moon landing people, deniers, claim that. But you don't have to add the word falsely.
Right.
That's what they're claiming.
Or with no evidence.
Right. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Responded to the video by suspending federal funding for child care centers, not just in Minnesota, but around the U.S.
In a few minutes, we'll hear from the head of a child care center advocacy group about how those cuts are affecting its members. We start, though, with details from Minnesota.
All right, let's just pause it for a second. Remember when the government shut down and the kids weren't going to get the food? Nothing ever happens. You pause all the child support you want, pause all the free food, pause all the SNAP, pause it for a month. Let's see what happens. Because the answer is nothing, because people will find a way. You'll fucking take care of. By the way, I didn't know, I wasn't in child care when I was a kid. We didn't have any fucking money. Just fucking hung out. And these days, you're in school by the time you're 5 or 6, and you're done for the next decade and a half. I mean, you're just gone. And you get your fucking free lunch. So what do we need to even do with you? Fucking raise your kids, you idiots. Or listen, here's the deal. Either don't shit out the kids, or if you do shit out the kids, then raise them. That's my deal to you. You have a choice.
There you go.
Oh, God. All right, is this thing done?
Well, we could get into. I think everyone's kind of seen it, and the idea that we're putting out there is out there. This is not. I do want to say this: the house right next door to me in North Hollywood recently sold. And they did some work on it, and I was driving to my house the other day, and I saw a sign that looked like a for sale sign, and I said, oh shit, he's flipping it. I hope I get good neighbors. I walked around the corner and looked closely at the sign. It's a daycare center now. Uh-oh.
I don't trust anyone who opens a daycare center anymore. Who the fuck wants to be around other people's kids?
Here's what I hope. I fucking hope it's fraud. I pray it's fraud. I do not want daycare children in the backyard next to my house. I don't want that. Please be fraud. Please be fraud.
Whistleblowing Dawson. All right. Good job, Dawson.
Thank you, boss.
Thanks, you guys, for a good 2025. And thanks for hanging out and spreading the word for 2026, everybody. And until next time, Adam Carolla for Mike Dawson saying mahalo. What do we got in the news?
Well, here we go. Let's start it off with Gavin Newsom. California Governor Gavin Newsom's Political Action Committee spent more than $1.5 million buying thousands of copies of his new memoir, accounting for about 2/3 of all copies sold nationwide, according to campaign finance filings. The PAC spending helped propel Newsom's memoir, Young Man in a Hurry, onto the New York Times bestseller list and is raising new scrutiny as his national profile builds ahead of a possible 2028 presidential run.
Yeah, man. But he's just here to do what's right. He's so damn tired of people taking stuff, and he's going to fix that stuff.
Yeah.
He's here to do the damn right thing, man. That's all. That's his why and his if. He knows his if. He knows his why. He knows his theirs. And he's looking to do the right thing. He's trying to help people with stuff by buying books. And then taking money, laundering it to the publisher so he can get a sweet advance on his book deal.
You know what's funny? Because obviously now they have all of these books just sitting around and they thought, well, what the hell are we going to do with these things? So they sent them out to people that donated to his campaign. And it reminded me of when we all bought Apple phones and then the U2 album was on there. And you went, well, what the hell, man? I didn't want this. Now you're going.
Especially them.
Oh, awful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna fight injustice, man. That's his thing, and move units of his own book. That's what he's into. It's not really his fault. It's the people. It's the people that vote. It's the people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, Hero.
Representative Ilhan Omar says she and her husband aren't secretly sitting on millions, despite what her financial paperwork seemed to show, blaming an accounting error for the confusion. Omar's 2024 financial disclosure, not a tax return, listed her and her husband's assets somewhere between $6 million and $30 million. That's a huge jump from the previous year that raised many eyebrows online.
So she says some people did some things. That's her thing. That's 9/11.
Yeah. So what's funny is when she, into her calculations, she's actually worth somewhere between $18,000 and $95,000, which means by her calculations, me, Dawson, and Andrew are all wealthier than Ilhan Omar.
I would assume she's lying about everything all the time. But listen, the Democrats have painted themselves into a corner. They are the party of poor people, and they're the party of trying to take down rich people, except for they all want to be rich too and are. So now there's an issue because Trump being rich doesn't bother anyone who votes for Trump. Bernie Sanders having 3 homes and being a millionaire may bother. Optically, may not look good. You know what I mean? Like one of them, if you're a preacher and you go, a man shouldn't lay down with another man, that's fine. But once you get caught in the bathroom at the airport, now there's an issue.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want and do whatever I want because I don't pretend to know or pretend to care. So you guys are all the no king millionaires, and you're always the poor but proud millionaire people. So now there's an issue. Everybody is rich. Everyone is striving to get richer. Everyone is working the system and getting their husbands jobs, and Nancy Pelosi and her tax, her stock market tips and everything, and simultaneously having to pretend to be poor and sort of downtrodden and for the downtrodden. So it's a bit of a battle, and that's why Bernie Sanders switched it from millionaires to billionaires just in the last 10 minutes because somebody tapped him on the shoulder and explained that he was also a millionaire. The greatest tape of this ever, I don't even know if we can find this, Dawson, but years and years ago, it was Howard Stern talking to Michael Moore. And Michael Moore's worth $50 million or so. He sold a lot of documentaries and made a lot of money. That's Michael Moore. But Michael Moore has to dress like an out-of-work lesbian trucker so people don't think he has money because he rails against people with money. That's all he does.
Yeah.
So you can't be a guy with money and rail. Now, my thing is yes, you can. You can be wildly successful and still rail against anybody you want. That just means you're successful. But he can't do it. So one day, he was on Stern. It was, God, at least 10 years ago, probably more. And Stern, doing what he does, he was just like, well, you're a millionaire, right? Oh, no.
You were talking about this back in 06, so it was a while.
I don't think it was that far back, but maybe it was a long time ago. But Michael Moore, by the way, net worth was $50 million at the time. It's like, wow, no. But you're a millionaire, right? And he goes, no. And he goes, Stern keeps drilling down. He goes, but you're worth $1 million. Are you not worth $1 million? And he goes, maybe with the house. All right. So what's he doing? He's lying because he wants to rail against rich people and he doesn't want you to know he's rich.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Well, much like seeing somebody that is your same nationality in a movie or on TV, they have to be able to, the people that are ingesting this content have to look at the people putting it out and go, you know what? One day I can also be worth $50 million and lie my ass off to people.
Yes.
So it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
So speaking of Democrats, James Carville previews what is in store for Democrats if they retake power and says that they should just keep their plans quiet.
He's gone insane.
Yeah.
The Democrats win the presidency in both houses of Congress. I think on day one, they should make Puerto Rico, D.C. a state, and they should expand the Supreme Court to 13. Fuck it, eat our dust. They've done everything they could. They held up the 2000 election. They stole it. They've stolen Supreme Court seats. They've gerrymandered everything that you can. And the only way to fight this is don't run on it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Just, okay, we got 54 senators and we got 13 court members. Thank you. Goodbye. Because you're not going to get a fair shake any kind of way in this system. 18% of the United States elects 52 senators. Well, you're not going to make it equitable, but you'll make it better by adding Puerto Rico and D.C. The Democrats win.
Not even hiding it.
Well, here's the thing. If I thought it was a good outcome, then I'd be for it. Like, my thing is like, I don't have an inherent problem with, let's say, there's two systems, right? You got Democrat and Republican, but you also have metric and standard. I don't have a built-in bias or a problem with SAE American standard stuff, 3/8 wrenches, versus 10 millimeter wrenches or something. Metric is a little better.
Yeah.
It's a better system if you're a mechanic, because the reason it's a better system is because if you have a 5/8, if you have like a 5/8 socket and it's a little too small, a little too big, then someone will go, you want to go the 1/2 inch or the 9/16. But you have to think. But metric, if you got a 12 millimeter socket and it's like a little too big, you just get an 11. You just go, and that's too big, you go with a 10.
Yeah, real men keep both, by the way.
Yes. It's an easier life. But here's my whole point. They both work. Use the standard stuff on the Chevys, and use the metric shit on the Nissans, and fine. And I don't have an inherent problem with Democrats or Democratic policy, except for it's a shit show and it ruins states and cities. The old version, Bill Clinton, 1997, whatever, fine. It's fine. I don't my thing is I'm not against Democrats for the sake of being against Democrats. I just see what their cities turn into, and it turns into a shit show. So if it was the difference between standard and metric, I just go, I don't know, flip a coin. Well, I'll go standard or I'll go metric, because they're both pretty effective and they both work about the same way. This is not that. I live in Los Angeles. You guys fucked it up badly, and you want to keep going that way. So I don't know. And what's Carville want? That's the other thing too. I just want fucking lower taxes and a border. That's all. And school choice. Why is that bad? And by the way, if that's what you guys wanted, then it'd be fine. But everything's drag queen story hour and defund the police and hand out needles in the Mission District.
Yeah, and they always talk about the system. Oh, it's the system. It's like, well, that system also made you wealthy. What are you talking about? So, yeah. All right. One more here. So, White House Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, said Friday the Trump administration is working with the FBI and other federal agencies to review a growing number of cases involving American scientists who have gone missing or died to determine whether any of these cases might be connected. In light of the recent and legitimate questions about these troubling cases, the president's commitment is to the truth. The White House is actively working with all relevant agencies and the FBI to review all of these cases together and identify any potential commonalities that may exist.
The thing that's crazy about a couple of them are, this guy just went out for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. And the other, there's another one who just went for a walk with nothing but a handgun and never came back. I'm not sure how the handgun factors in on the walk. Some people do that, but these are science. They aren't ranchers.
Yeah.
So something seems like somebody knew somebody was in peril or something. Whatever it is, I'm just going to go something China. That's about all I got on this one. And I'll just assume something China until we hear otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because some of these, none of these people really worked with each other, but there are some of these scientists that worked in with UFOs. And it was other branches of the government where they were working in separate parts of the country, did not know each other, but kind of working on the same thing, which is wild. And even one of these cases where a woman went missing back in 2022, they're now adding that into the mix too, thinking that this may have gone back a few years.
One guy just got shot on his porch, but that was L.A., so it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Probably just his fault for sitting on his porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a weird one. What do you got there, Andrew? Took off with the gun. Oh, he's gunned down. Where was that guy gunned down? I can't read it.
Yeah, the front porch of his home in. My eyes are so bad I can't read that either.
Oh, Antelope Valley, California. Yeah. I don't know. It seems. Look, here's the thing. All this stuff that I would always poo-poo, Kennedy assassination or the Twin Towers or did we land on the moon or what? After COVID, it's all on the table for me. After all these guys lying and colluding and big tech and politics and all the bullshit, I'm now big pharma and everything. It's all in the realm of possibilities for me now. All right. So something I wanted to talk about, which was the Phil's Pride coffee flag, Scott Wiener. Things ready to go. Here's all this guy's. What is Scott Wiener? Is a representative from California?
So, and he's running for senator.
Oh, he's running for senator. All right. Here's my whole thing. I don't care, good or bad, about the gay community. I don't want people elected who look out for the gay community or the black community or the Armenian community. I just want people who are elected who do a good job. That's all. These assholes spend their whole day at the gay pride thing and announcing, they're going to take this sign down so you can cruise on Hyperion and Silver Lake and whatever. Phil's Coffee, this guy, we talked about this asswipe last week, said they're just going to take down all the gay flags. Taking down the gay flag is sort of like taking down a flag for a professional football team. It doesn't mean you're against football or professional football. It just means this is a place where Raiders fans and Steelers fans and Ravens fans are all welcome. We don't need to declare a team.
Yeah.
Just anyone can come in here who likes football or not.
It's why it's called a sports bar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got an S on the end.
I'm sorry, not running for Senate, running for re-election.
Running for re-election. All right. But he's obsessed with cock, this guy. And so everything he does is sort of cock related. And Just fucking run and do a good job for your city. But here he is. He's got to cut a video and celebrate now because Phil's coffee caved to him and his homo-Nazi constituency, and now they have to put the things back. And this is a big deal for him, not crime or potholes or poverty. This.
Phil's just announced that the pride flags are going back into Phil's locations. This is a huge win for the community.
It's a big win for the community.
Huge thanks to all of the Phil's baristas who advocated and who fought for our community.
Music bed. It's a big win. He's standing, he's waving the gay flag. He's going into Phil's. He's waving his gay flag again.
Thank you.
Just suck dick on your own time and then make good fucking policy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can also tell like the homeless people and the potholes out in front of that
Right.
Phil's location are not being taken care of. But we got that goddamn flag put up.
Jesus Christ. You assholes vote for these fucking dicks. By the way, he was the same guy, Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
Nick Shirley got hold of him. So everyone who signed the anti-Nick Shirley Act who doesn't want fraud uncovered, you can call it whatever you want. They don't like guys like Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley went to go confront all these people, which is a great video. None of them would talk to him, which, again, it's a weird thing. Like, if I'm just walking down the street and Nick Shirley goes, "Hey, Adam Carolla, I hear you hate red turn arrows," I will stop and go, "Yes, I do." and here's, do you have an hour? Because let me explain.
Yeah.
But you can go back. He sees Scott Wiener and wants to ask him why he signed off on this Stop Nick Shirley Act. And here's his answer. Here's Scott.
What do you think about the Stop Nick Shirley Act?
I think you're a psycho scam artist.
It's a scam artist. It's a scam artist. He's the scam artist, and he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's the guy that is uncovering all the scam artists. Why is this guy getting his?
Why is Scott Wiener angry at the guy that's uncovering fraud when he works for the government?
Yeah, well, because Nick Shirley is on the side of the right, and anybody who's on the side of the right, regardless of what they are doing, whether it be good or bad, they are going to have a problem with him.
Yes, that's what it is, but you're not supposed to wear it on your sleeve that way. You're supposed to pretend like you don't like fraud either, not declare war on the people. And by the way, nobody he tried to talk to had 10 seconds for him. Don't you think that politicians should be obliged to answer some fucking questions? Like, they just blow past everyone and slam the door behind them and their security pushes them out? Like, you're lawmakers. You're making policy. Tell us why. This is the guy you don't want doing what he's doing. Now, sit down and explain to us and to him why you're against him doing what he's doing, which is awesome. So, I don't know. So my whole point is, if this was metric versus standard, I wouldn't care, Carville. But this ain't. Yeah. We're not living. We're dealing with fucking Uber nut jobs like this Scott Wiener, and then folks that are in a bizarre position of defending fraudsters and attacking people that uncover fraud. Just like you guys got bent in a pretzel you now protect illegal felons who commit drugs and crime and human trafficking. You now have to protect them and fraudsters because Trump doesn't want either one of those guys. Mm-hmm. So you got fooled into this. I'm sorry. Do we have a clip of this, or are we just playing it? Sorry.
Hey, can you give us your opinion? Thank you very much. Can you give us your opinion really quick on AB 2624?
I think you're a psycho scam artist. So
you think please disclose how you think that. Look how they just run away. Sorry. These guys are fools. Yeah.
Stop and tell them why it's a necessary bill. And by the way, they always do this safety shit. I told you guys they hide behind safety for everything all the time. It's a lie. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Friday, Saturday. Oh, Vegas. Are you going to be out in Vegas?
I will not be in Vegas with you this time, but I will be coming up later this summer.
May 8th and 9th over at Kimmel's Club, and then Covina on the 14th at the Laugh Factory, doing a live pod there. Also, let's see, Friday, May 15th, Visalia, California, Fox Theater. Huh? Saturday 16. Modesto? Oh, I didn't know that. Another theater. This is adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Rudy?
This Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in Chicago. Zany's downtown on Wednesday, Rosemont on Thursday, and then this weekend, Arlington, Texas, from Friday through Sunday.
Rosemont's a fun club,
isn't it great?
I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, till next time. Adam Carolla for Rudy Povich and Jay Moore saying mahalo.
Hey, well, enjoy this throwback episode that is Christmas Eve. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy whatever it is you celebrate. We're all about it. Have a great holiday season, everybody. Enjoy this best of episode, Adam and Drew Show.
Recorded live at Carolla One Studios with Adam Carolla and board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist, Dr. Drew Pinsky. You're listening to The Adam and Dr. Drew Show.
Kirk Memorial. I thought we'd kind of swing by on that. Mm-hmm. It's so intriguing to me. Forget the poignancy of the entire event, and we could talk quite a bit about Erica, right? His wife, mm-hmm. Erica Kirk, and her extraordinary poise. And
poise. Sound like you said boys.
Poise, and her ability to find forgiveness in just an extraordinary situation. But that's a separate topic. What I want to talk about, though, and I was hearing about this on French radio first, and it blew my mind that immediately they launched into, this looked just like a Hitler
any
rally.
Gathering of more than 11 Republicans is labeled a Hitler rally in their world.
It's astonishing.
They don't believe it.
None of them?
No. Well, I have a new theory.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
What is Hillary Clinton? Is she 73?
Can I look it up? Because I think she's older than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, Siri, how old is Hillary Clinton?
75?
77.
77?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better point. Thank you. She's 77.
Almost 80.
Almost 80. Do you think she believes any of the shit she talks about at all? Even when she talks about like the existential threat to our democracy.
God, it's interesting.
She doesn't believe any.
Because when you frame it that way, I think to myself, well, she's been saying this a long time. Maybe she's a true believer. And I think, oh, she's sinister. There's something really, something up there.
Okay. Let's just say she was, look, if you said, people will say to you, what is Adam like off the microphone? Yeah. And then your answer is?
Same.
Exactly. The same shit. The same shit is what I sound like off the mic. That doesn't make me a hero. It just means I complain about the same
less
shit
funny off the mic
than I do on the mic. I'm the same person. What would Hillary Clinton sound like off the mic?
Which, by the way, if I say that, people are always shocked. Oh, he's so funny. It's like, but not when you talk to him. He's not being funny. It's a job to be funny. Yeah, Hillary Clinton would I can't fathom it, actually.
Okay, she would not sound like what she sounds.
No, but I don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is either, but she's a contriving shrew who wants to get elected and wants her party to win at all costs. She doesn't have any thoughts about, look, she thinks Trump's an asshole, but she doesn't think he's Hitlerian. She doesn't think about anything. He's already been president.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think that Hillary Clinton knows what she's talking about, or Nancy Pelosi, or Chuck Schumer, everyone. I just gave you 3 people who call him Hitlerian all the time, and their average age is 81 and 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. They've been there. They've done it. They've been all through the system. They probably went to Trump's second marriage or wedding. You know what I mean? They've hung out. They used to be friends with the guy. They don't think this for a second. But some 11-year-old kid who's a gamer and a Furby and a whatever, who's struggling with transitioning or whatever, who's now 21 and got hold of his grandpa's gun. Oh, that kid, now he believes it.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton doesn't believe it. Anderson Cooper doesn't. Rachel Maddow doesn't believe it. All the people over 50 who never stop talking about it, Gavin Newsom, whatever. They don't believe it, but there are 17-year-olds who do believe it and will take up arms.
Jeez.
And that's where we're at now. First off, whether it's Trump's assassin or Charlie Kirk's assassin, what are these guys in their 40s? When we're talking about
20-year-olds. Yeah.
The Trump, how old was the Trump kid? The Trump kid was like 17.
Oof.
Well, get them train them, bro. Get them when they're young.
Also, by the way, I've been saying forever, the lockdowns ruined these kids. Ruined them.
Yes. So
you don't even know the full
point
effect of that yet.
Hillary Clinton will just say whatever, whenever, to whomever all the time, right? Barack Obama. You think Barack Obama doesn't know sort of the inner goings on of the government, like what goes on, like how things work? Like he really thinks we're living. By the way, Obama, if there's an existential threat, by the way, if he's Hitler, you're target number one. Maybe you should think about, if I was Obama, I would think about buying as much luxury property as I am in the United States and move out of the country.
Right.
I mean, if you're Obama,
that's right,
and you're in the crosshairs of Hitler, why are you buying another place in Martha's Vineyard? You know what I mean? Because he's just going to seize all that. He's going to take your property.
People don't appreciate how violent his regime was. They had some huge purges, killed lots of leaders in Germany.
Matthew Crooks was 20. Was he really 20?
That's what I
think he was in high school or something, or even younger, or maybe just whatever. 20. The latest guy, Charlie Kirk guy, is like, I don't know, 22. These are young men who've been fed a steady diet of this bullshit for 10 years through Hillary Clinton and MSNBC and Anderson Cooper, who don't believe it, and Chuck Schumer and whomever who don't believe it, but they do. And that's why no one over 50 is picking up a gun.
Sheesh. Ugh. Yeah, it's gross. Well, there was an interesting thing that Trump did at that event at the memorial, where he went. This stuff cracks me up, but it's the same stuff.
Sorry, I want to jump in, but Russiagate started when these assassins were 10.
Yeah.
So that's a whole
lifetime.
It's a life of propaganda bullshit. By the way, Russiagate started by Hillary Clinton when she bought the Steele dossier and created it.
Yeah.
You think she buys into Russiagate? Why would Hillary Clinton buy into Russiagate when she started it and funded it?
Right.
She doesn't believe it. They do.
So weird.
It's beyond weird, though.
But it's sinister. It's sinister.
Yeah. Yes, you're a bad person.
There's a sinister something afoot. It really, you can feel it. But what's wrong with me? I want you to figure out something about me. Trump gets up there and goes, Erica's so amazing. She's able to forgive her enemies, and this is an incredible grace that she does this. He goes, not me. I hate my enemies. He used the word opponents. I hate my opponents. And I just laughed out loud at that. I thought it's so funny. And I thought, oh, what's wrong with me? That when he says shit like that, that's the Jimmy Kimmels of the world go ape shit. Like they go nutty cuckoo over those statements as though it's a statement of intended violence or takedowns or whatever. And by the way, I thought to myself, hey, you guys, remember, he hated no one more than Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, the head of North Korea, and he made friends with him, but he hated him. He'll make friends with you if you just don't be his opponent anymore. Isn't that what's wrong with me that I find that all kind of amusing, and other people find that mortifying, like they can't get over it?
I don't. It's like inject bleach, and he didn't say it, and we don't think of it that way. Nobody injected bleach, so we don't care. They're using it. That's chick think. They're building a case, and when they built a case, I told you when my ex-wife was trying to build a case against me, she brought up Kevin Costner's, beach house as a reason I was traumatizing my daughter or something like that. When you're building a case,
everything's
on the table. You can get to vacationing with Kevin Costner as trauma. You know what I mean? Because you're building a case. And when they're building a case, they don't even know they're building a case. They're just grabbing at stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like he said inject bleach. He didn't say inject bleach, and no one injected bleach. But other than that,
but by the way, I'm an equal opportunity sort of a reactor to this stuff. I'm equally amused by Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah,
I think she's hysterical, and she says stuff that other people go, "Oh my God, listen!" I go, "Oh, bring it! It's hysterical. Keep going." I think she's appealing. I think it's funny. I don't want her.
No,
I wouldn't elect her into office.
But she's race hustling, and it gets people killed.
Yeah, I suppose,
that's the problem. All right, we got clips. We had the promised clip of the vaccine, and this is, and I don't know if there's a date on this, but this is about 4.5 years old or something. Something like that.
It was late in the pandemic, right? Or maybe even after, sort of.
Late-ish in there. And here's MSNBC, and they're speaking to a physician about getting your kids.
And by the way, anesthesiologist. What does she know about pediatrics?
I don't know. Well, let's hear about it.
I'm going to turn to the topic of COVID. On Tuesday, President Biden announced vaccines are now
little computer
for kids under the age of 5. I know a lot of parents out there have been waiting forever for this announcement. What do you want to tell them about vaccinating their children under 5 and how important that is?
Right. For one, I would hope they see that it did take a long time before this was rolled out, because first, safety had to be verified. And that is most important. The second thing I want them to know is oftentimes this was stated early on that kids are protected. But what we know is that 6 times the number of kids died from COVID than the flu this past year, right? We had 600 children who are no longer with us from 2021 because of COVID-19. And there is now a method that you can use to help protect your child from being hospitalized and keep them alive to see next year. And there's a saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Keep your kids vaccinated. Make sure they're wearing those masks and practice those same mitigating factors that we've been doing now for 2.5 years.
So hold on, and practice what we've been doing for 2.5 years. Safe distance, nothing. Purell, wiping stuff down, nothing. Mask up,
nothing. And not only that, but the 600 kids that died of COVID had really sick kids, like severely.
No, I read Newsweek. Who did the article on me in my statement?
God, probably New York Times or something, right?
No,
they're the ones on the warpath.
I think it was Newsweek.
They did one on me.
Yeah, about all the things I was incorrect about with COVID, except for it's all shit I was right about.
Yeah.
And when you read it now, it's a little surreal because you're reading it going, there are. No, that's not
listen,
right.
Rob Schneider and I were in this one New York Times article. We read it together out loud on one of my streams, and we got everything right.
Yeah.
And their disdain was palpably disgusting when you read it now.
Yeah. I would never believe anything I fucking read in Newsweek anymore. I think it's Newsweek. You can look it up. But we'll play this out. Sorry. So I don't know.
Well, I wanted to stop.
Pre-existing conditions.
Because sick kids should get the COVID vaccine. It's worth it then. If you again, the risk reward, if you can identify the right patient for the right treatment, the benefit is significant, the risk is minimal. There you go. Right. But if it has zero benefit and only some risk, then you don't do it.
Well, anyway, we're going to keep distancing. You got to get those kids to get those masks up, Drew, because you don't need to stay ready if you are ready. And that's why you should fucking wear a mask. You understand, Drew? My grandpa said, don't be ready, stay ready, and then put a fucking mask on. That doesn't do anything. But don't worry, you can take it down if you're drinking something.
No, is that COVID-19?
Go ahead. Oh, it's a computer thing. These two imbeciles. Now, here's my thing with this doctor.
Linked to a number of different
Shouldn't
disease
listen to her
processes
anymore.
that we can already trace. They say, well, you can't tell the long-term consequences of the vaccine. Well, yes, we can.
No, we can.
In due time, I've got my vaccine back in December 2020, right? I was the first person at the University of Virginia. We've now been able to track persons like me to see what has happened. Has anything changed? But what we also know is that we're tracking people who have COVID-19 children and adults alike. And what we know is that 1 in every 5 persons who've been infected with COVID-19 now has a lingering disability where their organs, their heart, their lungs, their kidneys, their brain is no longer functioning in the same way that it was before they got infected with COVID-19. And when you take that developing child whose organs have not come to what it's going to be for the rest of their life, and you stress it out, and you put it on that treadmill and say, I want you to sprint. What does that do for the longevity of their life? Not only in the quantity of their life and whether or not they will live a full life as we hope to live, but the quality of their life. You don't want to see that. We don't know what that's going to be for
Bitch, you're just doing a long form commercial for pharmaceutical companies. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Why is everyone arguing with me all the time with this stuff? I don't. It's so clearly insane. Listen. I didn't discover this over the weekend. I played it the day I saw it.
Yeah.
So everyone in their world, it all made sense. I was onto this shit in real time. I brought it in and played it that afternoon and said, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What did I know?
Yeah, you're right. Why don't people listen more to you?
Oh, my God. Was it a Newsweek article? I think so. We also have a great...
Does Newsweek exist anymore?
I don't know. The sad part is...
That's the good part, that these things are dying.
Well, maybe that's the good part. But like when Newsweek says, or when I hear Rolling Stone magazine says or something, I just go, get the fuck out.
Yeah, this is what I've been thinking a lot about lately. Which is, are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
We're skipping right over poor Erica and the amazing job she did at the Kirk Memorial. But
yeah, it was amazing. People get it. They saw it. They reacted. It's understood. Go ahead.
That woman is.
Yes, I agree.
We've not heard the last. You know, how you and I look at some people go, we're going to hear from them again, really?
Right.
And this is not one of those people.
Lou Bega. I announced we're not going to be hearing any more from Lou Bega after we interviewed him in 96.
You said that.
HIMSS, according to the National Institute of Health, around 30 million men in the U.S. experience ED. That's not 30 men, that's 30 million men. So yeah, you're not exactly alone if you experience ED. It's kind of like forgetting where you parked your car. It happens more than you think, and nobody wants to talk about it. The good news, HIMSS makes it easy to deal with. You can get access to personalized treatment options for ED, like hard mints and SexRx, plus Climax Control, if prescribed. All online, no doctor's office, no waiting room, no awkward eye contact with the pharmacist, real medical providers, real prescriptions, and it's all built around you. Am I right, Daphne?
To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/ADS. That's hims.com/ADS for your free online visit. hims.com/ADS. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The new year doesn't need a new you, just a version of you that's carrying around a little less baggage. Everyone needs a little assistance getting out of their own way. I know I do. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched with a therapist who actually fits what you're dealing with. Every therapist is fully licensed, and they start you off with a questionnaire so you're paired with the right person, not just whoever's available. They've got a 4.9 out of 5-star rating for live sessions based on over 1.7 million client reviews, which tells you people are actually getting something out of it. It's great therapy without any of the nonsense. It's BetterHelp, right, Daphne?
BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/AdamandDrew. That's betterhelp.com/AdamandDrew.
AG1 is the daily health drink that takes your multivitamin, your pre and probiotics, superfoods, antioxidants, and roll them all into one green scoop. That's it. No juggling 10 bottles before coffee. It's right there. I use it every day. I've been traveling a lot, especially with the winter weather. Always bring it with me. I bring the travel packets with me. At home, I have the big container, keep it in the fridge. But, yeah, you're bouncing around. Your nutrition is the first thing that goes when you're traveling. You get run down, and then you get a cold. AG1 just makes it simple. AG1 Next Gen has more vitamins and minerals than ever, and it's clinically shown to fill common nutrient gaps, which most of us have, by the way. A lot of you are looking to get a jump on the new year. This is a very easy place to start. AG1, right, Daphne?
AG1 has their best offer ever. If you head to drinkag1.com/ADS, you'll get the welcome kit, a morning person hat, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, an AG1 flavor sampler, and you'll get to try their new sleep supplement, AGZ, for free, which has been a game changer for our nightly routine. That's drinkag1.com/ADS for $126 and free gifts for new subscribers.
I've been doing this new joke about it's basically the Hoover Dam versus the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's fine. It's been working. It's nice, fine. But I didn't really. I was looking at kind of the Hoover Dam side of it. Took 5 years to build. But also, what I didn't realize is the Hoover Dam and the Golden Gate Bridge project were both started like a year apart. Yeah. They were very close to each other.
Yes.
And they both took about the same time to build. The Hoover Dam was 5 years, and Golden Gate was 4.5, and it was like 31, and the other was 32. But it was right in that same, and if you lived somewhere in California, you would have stood to benefit quite a bit from those two projects. Both basically started at the beginning of the 30s and ended in the middle of the 30s, and then cut the ribbon, and you get your power, and you get to cross to Tiburon.
And you have Las Vegas, because you have water now.
Right. So, okay. And then I thought, God, it was so easy back then. And we didn't have technology, obviously, like we have now.
Did you see what they did in China in 2 years?
Yeah, they built the world's tallest suspension bridge.
And just to fuck with people, they put a restaurant at the top of it.
Yes.
Did you see that? I thought, oh yeah, that's a nice, like, F you to the United States, I thought.
Yeah, now...
2 years.
Right. And then we can't do stuff. Right. We don't have a train. We don't have a reservoir. We can't.
By we mean California in particular.
Yeah. But in general, but also in particular California. I would guess sort of the bluer the state, the slower the process. In general, you can move things along faster in redder states because it's less regulated. But we can't really do anything anymore, and
because we're not capable.
Well, yes, not because. Look
at Malibu. I mean, Malibu tells you all you need to know.
What do you mean?
We're capable of rebuilding. We shall not. Something you predicted in a hotel room.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'm only picking on the word capable because, of course, there's men who can operate equipment and do things lickety-split.
Yeah.
We can build a stadium in 2.5 years if we need to.
Yes.
But if the ladies that run the government won't let the guys who run the steam shovels get to work, then we're not going to do anything.
That's right.
And that's kind of where we're at.
Yes.
And I don't know why it's acceptable. Most people just kind of live with it or something.
I don't think most people understand.
They don't really get what's going on. And
it's the same thing with homeless. They're like, do something about it. We need housing. It's like, no. They're not. If you keep focused there, it's never going to change.
Right. And then you get Jane Fonda speaking to Bill Maher, wanting more regulation in her world. That's her world. So she wants more of this, more government, more regulation. But also there's a kind of utility side of it, which is the Golden Gate Bridge was built, or they started the project coming up on 100 years ago, and we've gotten a lot of use out of that bad boy. And Hoover Dam coming up on 100 years, and we got a lot of use out of it. It's not a hypothetical thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like.
Well, let's talk about the social aspects, jobs, and people being elevated and lifted up, and being able to buy cars and raise their family and send them to school. It's all because of that stuff.
Right.
Primarily, I'm not just talking about the project itself. I'm talking about all the economic growth that came with it.
Yeah. I mean, everything good, but lots of people who elevate themselves to a position of power don't like that stuff. And
think about it. What would the pushback be from the people that don't like it?
Right now?
Let's say I were to say, well, the Las Vegas, sprawling city now, and San Francisco, they've got both sides of the bridge engaged, and you look at how the city has sprung up. I think what you would hear is, but the homeless, but the effect on the environment.
Environment.
But also they would say something like, that was native lands there that were.
Yeah. No, what they want is nothing. And I don't think
they kind of want destruction in a weird way.
Yeah, nothing meets destruction, a kind of nihilism kind of thing. But you cannot say that out loud. So you just have to fight everything.
But the people they claim to be fighting for are the ones that suffer the most from not doing these things.
Yeah, I know, but that's not. It's no never mind to them. I mean, it's not their concern, and also they don't get that far down the road with it. Well, we'll refresh you with Bill Maher and Jane Fonda, just in case you didn't know what a crackpot she was. And by the way, the other thing about her, which is insane, revered. You know what I mean? And I have to explain to women all the time. So, Jane Fonda, I love her. Yeah. I go, no, she's a fucking destructive idiot.
Well, and then my wife looks at it and goes, that's $500,000 worth of face work and a $3,000 blouse.
Right.
And that's all cool for her? She gets that. Okay.
And Drew's just talking about Bill. See? That's how a joke works.
He doesn't like regulations. Well, we live in a soup of toxic chemicals. If we don't regulate it, we're all going to die of cancer.
That's true.
He doesn't do anything.
There's also many regulations that aren't necessary. I mean, you really don't believe that the state we live in, California, is lacking regulation. There's over 300,000 regulations. I mean, Well,
maybe they're needed.
They're not. When I tried to put in a garage door, I had to have 3 inspections. There should have been none. I should be allowed to change my garage door.
Are you kidding? Really? It was about a garage door?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. That is...
No, you know this about California.
No, I don't.
No, she doesn't.
Well,
I'm sorry, I don't.
You've never heard that California is overtaxed and overregulated? That we are a one-party state where there's sort of no checks on that sort of extreme leftism. And what do you think?
I don't for a minute consider California a state that is extreme leftist.
Wow.
Not at all, not any way.
Well, that shows where your politics are. That's not where mine are.
Not in any way. Not at all. Doesn't think any of that. Yeah, so anyway, she's a delusional bitch who many women look up to, which is bad. Yeah. She's not a good example. She's a crackpot or something. Whatever she is, she should be ignored because her opinion should be invalid because I just heard 45 seconds of her and go, okay, this bitch can't think. Yeah. So I'm no longer going to come to her for answers on any subject because she can't think clearly.
We need young people. Young people need to be brought into the world where they get to have fun, they get to reproduce.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is,
they get to have jobs.
It's not just a kind of hypothetical. If you get stuff done, you get a bridge and a dam.
Yeah.
Or an airport.
Yeah.
Or public transportation or light rail or a bullet train. You get stuff you can use.
And then build for the people that she wants to support.
Right.
But I really been thinking a lot about young people lately. Like I'm starting to see glimmers of hope. Mm-hmm. Even in France, there's a woman named Maréchal who I just listened to her over the weekend. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Mm-hmm. Like she's like 25 years old and just spitting fire. I'm like, yes, okay. Mm-hmm. And that's in a essentially socialist country. So it's starting to peak up. And I weirdly had a dream about it where young people were casting out old people. They were riding in some car. And in my dream, they were just mocking the shit out of them. And they realized, oh, that's not enough. We have to drive them out of town. We have to stand by their car and mock the car.
Yeah,
mock them and drive them out.
I don't know that young people know how to build anything, though. That's kind of the problem.
Well, did you see what Trump did with Harvard? You would love this. He's requiring them to invest $500 million in a trade school.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So there's movement. There's this movement. It's just we need a wind. You need the sails need to fill. It's happening. It's little tiny glimmers, but it's not it's not a full sail yet.
All right. Second subject for you, Drew.
All right.
Let's talk about. I had a thought on the way here.
Yes.
I'm almost having my thoughts. So there's a judge who got appointed by Biden, who's a female judge who just gave a light sentence to the guy who wanted to assassinate Kavanaugh, right?
Yeah.
Now, so you kind of go, okay, what's going on here? And they go, well, it's Biden judge, appointed, whatever. They do that all the time. Biden, Trump appointed, Biden appointed. Sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
It's probably more consistent on the left. They're a little more ideologues. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it goes both ways. But I was trying to think about, and the would-be assassin is transitioning, right? Which, by the way, everybody, every son would be a fool. Sorry, every father would be a fool not to tell their son, listen, you ever go off to college, you get drunk and you T-bone someone behind the wheel and you kill that person, you're fucking transitioning that day because you're not going into a men's prison for 6 years.
Not only that, you're going in front of the judge as a transgender woman. It'd be much better.
Right. So you literally begin the transition when you get your court-appointed attorney. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, if I'm Mark Garagos, I would just tell every client of mine, you're transitioning.
What would he say?
It's
so funny.
Obviously, it's just going to happen now. Yeah. More and more people, right? Yeah. So now the female judge does not want this person transitioning in a male prison, and then he pointed out Trump cut funding for the prison transitioning and is now sort of getting involved, is what I'm saying.
So is that how she's using why he needs to be out of jail so he can complete his transition?
She's basically factoring in transition, a little fuck Trump because he took the money away, and then not wanting this person to go to a male prison and blah, blah, blah.
Mission accomplished.
Right. So 8 years for something that, should pack 30 years. And his stuff was pretty heinous in terms of his planning and things like that. Also, it's considered a terrorist act because it's a political act. But anyway, all that being said, now, Drew, here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I have told you there is an issue with having women in charge of everything because she, as a mother, by the way, maybe she has a son that's this guy's age. You know what I mean? Her as a mother cannot stop getting emotionally involved with this procedure. You know what I mean? She's fuck Trump.
Is her son transitioning?
I'm assuming everyone's son is transitioning. Her, I don't know. You can see if she has a son that's that age. I don't know. But the whole point, or a son, the whole point is first it's fuck you, Trump, which is what we're living now. Yeah. So if Trump said up is down, down is up, you go fuck that guy. Yeah. The sky is brown and the ground is blue. Yeah. You'd go fuck him.
Yeah.
So when you have, and here's what I'm going to say to you. Forget a judge. Let's just say you had a father umpire and a mother umpire, and the son was pitching.
Yeah.
Who would be more likely to be less biased and could just call balls and strikes?
I think the son. The dad, the male umpire.
I knew you had to fuck that up, but yes, the dad.
Yeah.
I think he'd have a higher likelihood of it. Now, Some dads would even call a tighter strike zone for the son, like not wanting to give them any help at all or saying you should have practiced harder or whatever it is.
I don't think a woman would ever do that.
I don't think a woman would ever do that. And that part of it may be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also think she'd call a couple of strikes that were outside of the zone, right?
Possibly.
Well, you just said the man would do it. So I don't think it's possible.
No. She'd possibly call some things outside of the strike zone.
Well, yeah, because you just said you'd think the guy would call a tighter game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I think most people would agree with that theory. Now, does it make the mom bad? It's like, well, no. I mean, she loves her son.
Makes her a good person.
And
it
makes her a good person.
Not a great umpire.
Well, it's not great to the guy who's batting.
Yeah.
Because he's calling strikes outside the zone because they have great affection and love for the son.
I would say not a good umpire.
Not a good umpire, but does not mean wouldn't be a good mom.
Correct.
Okay. So, with that in mind, isn't that what's happening here? Like, there's too much.
Well, just the insanity that judges are not just umpires anymore.
Right.
They have to. They're factoring all this stuff in. We got a problem.
It's chick think and it's progressive dude think too, but it is chick think. And if you get enough of that in our society, then you're going to get some bad calls.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a problem. And I think that's kind of where we're at. At least that's what California feels like. It just feels like that. It's like Karen Bass in the city council, and how come no permits or nothing's getting rebuilt? Because of that. That's why.
Yeah.
They're just not. And also, no interest in it. That's the other thing, too. All right, what do you got?
Ooh, we got some interesting stuff. So Mamdani, the socialist mayor himself, the incoming mayor is starting to appoint people to serve on his transition team.
Oh, let's get the ladies out there. Come on now.
Well, this is a pretend lady, pun intended. Rabbi Abby Stein, who is a transgender gal, is a part of the transition team for the, wait for it, Health Committee.
Perfect.
So a man who's trying to become a woman, which is not scientifically possible, is now a part of the Health Committee for Mamdani's team. There's over 400 appointees, by the way. Like, I get that New York City is a large town, but I mean, 400 people, doesn't that seem like a lot to be on all these different committees? This is the rabbi now. And then Stein's real name is Shirley. And we have a picture of what he looked like a decade ago.
That's him?
Yes. So he claims that he was raised in an ultra-Orthodox Jewish home and didn't have access to the internet until 2012, and then decided that he was going to become a female. He's an author. Abby is an author of a book called Becoming...
Where'd my dick go?
Becoming Eve?
I thought it was the children's classic, Where'd My Dick Go? But this is a different one?
Yep.
What's the name of it?
Becoming Eve.
Oh, perfect.
Little on the nose?
Yeah.
Little on the nose. And we do need to give a credit to our friends over at the Babylon Bee. This comes from their sister website, Not the Bee. Where they actually cover news things. So, but it seems like it's so ridiculous. It seems like it could be satire, but it is not.
Well, so here's the thing. First off, government just begats government. Like the bigger, the more plants, the more positions, the more whatever. I'm starting to hear, it's like Minnesota, Somali relief and all this stuff. It's like us, homeless, NGOs, concert to raise money for the fire victims. It's just one big money laundering operation. It's just
Look
money.
At all the COVID laundering that happened.
It just pours in and nothing ever comes out. It's like you get Gavin Newsom 2 years ago going, we're going to build these tiny homes for the homeless community. They're going to be $689,000 a unit. We're going to get going, and it's not going to be
and they're
4
smaller
months.
than the studio.
And there's nothing. Nothing ever gets built.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens. It just goes in, and it never comes out the other side. You just keep creating positions and deputy and
giving them to all your friends.
There's a district selectman, and I need someone in charge of the deputy district selectman, and it's like it just keeps going and going. And then, by the way, it turns out that almost everyone is corruptible. I grew up with this sort of white guy with the red hair and the pinky ring, explaining, how we do it in New Orleans, don't you? My daddy owns a bunch of oil wells. It turns out women of color end up doing just as much of this shit as guys did, maybe even more, it feels like now. Turns out women are just as corruptible. Turns out blacks are just as corruptible. It was always like
Armenians, Middle Eastern people.
If we could just get these white guys out of here, we could have a nice government. And it's like, we got a lot of white guys out there, and it turns out the Somalis are doing the same shit.
Yep.
So everyone's fucking corruptible. As long as you're throwing money at it, everyone's taking it.
I agree. I agree 100%. But also now we have you can't investigate it. It's like the horrific Islamic rape gangs in that neighborhood or in that town in the UK.
Yes.
And that we know that both sides of the aisle, the liberals and the conservatives, were covering it up because, that's an important voting bloc. We can't piss them off.
Yes.
We can't offend them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, they're grooming minors and for generations. Like in some cases, mothers then had their daughters that were abused and noticed the signs and were ringing the alarm. And I think you have that with this horrific shooting of these National Guardsmen. It's like that guy was radicalized here. And when you allow that to happen, there's so much different corruption. And it can be financial corruption to actually creation of terrorist corruption.
Well, it does. It's so funny. Like when I think back on the Biden administration and I picture Admiral Levine and that she big pile of garbage up there and wearing his Salvation Army skirt stuffed into his blouse. You know what I mean? Just going like, oh, Jesus Christ. But they never stop. That
person was just as qualified to have that position as this person is to be on the Committee for Health.
Well, what I'm trying to say is if you say, look, I've been on many a job site. Like I was on, and it's no different than this. I was on a job site in the Palisades recently for one of my fire vlogs.
Yeah.
And I walked onto the job site and there must have been 20 Hispanic dudes working. Okay. Only Hispanic dudes. There were no women, there were no blacks, and there were no Asians, and there were no Jews, and nothing like this guy with the fur hat and the payos. It's just literally 38-year-old Hispanic dudes all wearing bags, all building a house. And by the way, they built this house. I was like, when did you start this house? And they're like, 4 months ago. And it was built out fast.
Good for them,
and I said, when's it going to be done? I said, 2 months. I said, done? 2 months. They're hauling ass, and they're throwing their tools around. Everyone knows what they're doing. If I said to the guy who I interviewed, I think his name was Guy, by the way. If I said to that guy, and I said, look, what do you got here? And 18, 20 Hispanic guys, male? Yeah. Between the ages of 28 and 40? Yeah. I said, listen, here's the new deal.
You need to hire Alicia Krauss.
I need some transitioning folk here. Like I need some he-she's. I need some trannies work in this job.
Or women or black people.
Let me finish. I'd like to see about 20%. Well, I'd like them to reflect the community. So I'm going to need to get rid of 4 or 5 of these Hispanic guys and give me 4 or 5 black guys. Also need some gay representation, some LGBT type stuff in here. So I need a couple lesbians, a couple people who identify as female but are male, and then I need some going the other direction too. And listen, I'll let you keep 4 of the Hispanic guys that are doing, but I need to round it out. I need Asians, I need females, I need gays. That fucking job would grind to a halt. It would just stop.
It wouldn't even get finished in 20 years.
It would just stop because it couldn't move forward because you wouldn't have had qualified people doing it. So I don't know why you want to treat government any different than that, but apparently you do, and this is the trouble we're getting into.
And this is why government should be smaller.
That's right.
100%.
All right, so Mamdani and Luigi Mangione, and I got to remember everyone's name now. Everything's in New York.
All the big stories are in New York, except this one that we have next is out of Portland. So Portland did a woke Christmas tree lighting, but they didn't even say the word Christmas tree. The best part is that we have some video that we'll get to in just a second, because I feel like I have to intro this. Thousands of people still went out to do the Christmas tree lighting on Friday night. This was over the Thanksgiving weekend. The festive occasion was kicked off with a woman from the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs thanking everyone in the crowd for coming out on Native American Heritage Day.
The land acknowledgement part.
They did do a land acknowledgement. And then another woman draped in a Palestinian flag used the stage time to lead the crowd in a free Palestine chant.
Yeah.
Here we go.
If I could get a free Palestine. Free Palestine.
So this is that's the Christmas tree. Where's the speech? I want the land acknowledgement speech. There's a part, like the most depressing, bummer speech. Not since Gremlins. Has your daughter seen Gremlins?
No.
Phoebe Cates giving the speech about why she doesn't like Christmas is now second in the bummer Christmas ceremony story department.
After a land acknowledgement?
After the land acknowledgement and whatever. It's literally, we got to find Dawson. We need to find Phoebe Cates, but we need the land acknowledgement at the beginning of this thing, too, because that's the one. I saw it online.
It's what it reminds you of?
I think I saw it on the news. It's like, I just want to say something to these nutty bitches. Can we have one fucking day that we can enjoy without you and your shit all the time?
But then how would you feel if they responded by singing the Strong Woman song? Because that also was done at this Portland tree lighting. I guess I'm not a strong woman because I don't know the lyrics to this song.
Well, I'll tell you who had it right all those years ago. I am woman, hear me roar.
Oh my God, Sean used to play that all the time.
All right, we're going to play. I'll play Phoebe.
I was 9 years old.
All right, hold on. I think I would rather hear this. I was a Jew, and we didn't really do it. But anyway.
Is it weird that I find that funny?
No, I've screamed about this since it was in the theater in 1983, and it took America many years to catch up to me. First off, as a guy who's rebuilt many a chimney and fireplace, it's not just one big hatch you go down. There's a fucking flue in the middle of it. It's about 8 inches wide. And then when you get to the firebox, there's a fire shelf. You don't get to load up with presents.
There's literally a reason why every single Christmas movie has to create some magical way that Santa gets down the chimney, because the logical brain, including a child's, knows that's not possible.
Also, you want to lose your cleaning deposit on a Santa suit? Creosote. You know how much shit's in that chimney? You will never get your cleaning deposit back.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We got to bring your daughter to watch that movie.
I don't know if I want her to after that.
That's the only tough scene.
I feel like if she doesn't laugh at that scene, I'll judge her. But then if she does laugh at that scene, I'll be like, wait, how am I 39 and you're 12 and we're laughing at the same scene?
You know who did the voice of Gizmo?
Mm-mm.
Howie Mandel.
No way.
I swear to God, Howie Mandel did Gizmo.
I had a Brussels Griffin that looked like a mix of Gizmo and an Ewok. That's what that clip reminded me of, too.
All right, I think we have this. And confirm me with the Howie Mandel. Thanks. All right. I would rather watch Phoebe Cates. I got a thumb up. I would rather watch Phoebe Cates christen the Christmas tree than these bitches.
On this Native American Heritage Day, I hold both gratitude and truth. The tree that we stand beside was once rooted in its own home.
There's a full-blown genocide happening, live streaming in 4K. I feel like this is the perfect time to bring this up. I feel like this is a perfect time to put them up there, and for your guys' prayers for every single one of the Palestinians and all the oppressed peoples.
Jesus Christ. We got to get women back into the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. They're taking over. They're fucking everything up.
But she said she wants my prayers for the Palestinian people that are being genocided. But is she okay with my prayers if I pray in Jesus' name, or is it only Allahu Akbar?
All she wants is what you don't want. That's all she wants.
I just really want to look up the words of the Strong Woman song.
I want Phoebe Cates delivering the Christmas speech to Gizmo.
You're gonna play that at your Christmas party?
Yes, on a loop. Mm-hmm.
Bring in the Christmas cheer.
Guess why Phoebe Cates doesn't like Christmas? She was going to get Malibu Barbie, but instead she got Encino Barbie one year. Nope. Want to keep going? Ask her where her dad is. She knows the smell coming from the chimney.
For a 90-second scene, like there's a lot packed in there.
She
like
thought
what was happening in the writer's room?
Also, what fucking movie? Is this a Quentin Tarantino movie or is it Gizmo? Jesus Christ. All right,
I don't know why I find that so funny.
It's funny now. It may be what drove her from acting.
Oh, interesting.
She doesn't act.
I mean, that scene wasn't that great.
I know, but maybe she just went, if this is what it is, I don't want anything.
If I have to read these idiotic words on a page and memorize them like this, I don't want any of it. All right. Well, I'm old enough to remember after the horrible Boston Marathon bombing, there was the chase for those brothers, and then Rolling Stone decided to put the living one on the cover, and all these middle-aged women were like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Yeah, Rolling Stone's the worst, but yeah.
Well, turns out just maybe Americans on TikTok are the worst. So now Luigi Mangione, of course, he is the Ivy League assassin accused of murdering, that healthcare CEO, health insurance CEO. He's appearing in court. There are fans showing up for him. People are like selling shirts with his face on them on Etsy and singing his praises. And I mean, this is insane. We have some video from it. Right here.
Taking out billboards and stuff.
Billboards and all that stuff. Some people are even wondering what he wore to the courthouse, and there are some websites that sell like replicas of the suit or similarities of like what he was wearing, and they're now sold out.
There's I don't know, maybe we've hit our bottom. I don't.
The bourgeois terrorism fanboy club?
I just mean in the department of not being able to think in a sane manner.
Yeah.
Like we're just all, it kind of started. I'll tell you where it started. It started with people caring more about pets than human beings.
Oh, I can see that. I agree with that.
And I started to notice, like, especially, but when I would talk to women, I'd go, oh, this boat sunk and there were 28 people on it. And they'd go, I go, and a puppy. And they'd go, oh. And it was something, and I started realizing you're having trouble calibrating things. Like, you got a dad who was innocent and was executed in the streets of Manhattan. You're not supposed to be worshiping at the altar of his executioner.
Yeah, especially...
And someone should know this, and you should think better.
The dad that worked his way up the ladder to become the CEO of a publicly traded company versus the accused killer who's the scion of a wealthy Maryland family and went to Ivy League schools all of his life. Like, if your problem is the rich dude... That right there is the rich dude.
Right.
Who actually murdered somebody.
Yes, I agree. It's always backwards. They always screw it up. Like, look, you worship at the altar of George Floyd, but you do not know the workings of, oh God, I'm trying to think of his.
The police officer?
Well, first off, it's all that. No, who is the 95-year-old black man who's has all the great teachings? I'm trying to think of it. I'm screwing. I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Thomas Sowell?
Sowell, yeah. Right. You've turned George Floyd into a hero, but you don't like Thomas Sowell. That's fucked up. It's backwards.
Yep.
It's dumb.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or you don't even know who Thomas Sowell is, but you
probably the latter.
You worship George Floyd. So get your priorities straight, would you please?
Kind of cool. So I had to train for the El Camino Santiago over the summer, and I hiked all over Los Angeles. And
what's the El Camino Santiago?
It's like a Catholic pilgrimage in Spain, and so I had to walk a lot. And a lot of it I was by myself, which apparently there's like stalkers now on some of the hikes I was going on, which is creepy.
Oh,
that's why women should have guns, but that's another conversation for another day. And randomly, all over Los Angeles, there's like this kind of like street art that's pro Thomas Thomas Sowell
Really?
that I was seeing around like Griffith Park, West Hollywood, Santa
Really?
Monica, Malibu. And I just want to know, like, hit me up, whoever is doing that, because it was pretty clever and really catchy. And I was like, oh, hey, creative person that likes Thomas Sowell.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought that was cool.
All right, what else we got?
Final story is Hayley Williams. You know who that is? She's a front lady for Paramore. Says it's now
the band.
Yeah, the band
Yeah.
Paramore.
Mhm.
It's now a hard line for her that she will not be allowing anti-trans fans or Trump supporters and racists at her concerts anymore.
Well, I wasn't going anyway.
Well, I actually, after reading her direct quote, I think maybe I'm still included because she said, quote, I don't want racists around. I'm not a racist. She said, I don't want sexist people around. I also don't think I'm sexist. And she said, I don't want people here who think trans people are a burden. I don't think that we think trans people are a burden. We just think that they shouldn't be reading to our children and saying that they can become women.
It's all a weird narcissistic endeavor, which is to say, I don't care about trans people. I don't care about gay people. I don't care about anybody. Go do whatever you want to do, but please shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about it. And I do not want it invading every ceremony, every graduation, every tree lighting. I don't want any
Just
of
like
it.
it can be just normal.
Right, but they won't do that because they can do it. And they're like kids and they're having a fit and they're having a tantrum. And the worst thing you can say to them is, look, I don't care. Do whatever you want. I'm not interested in you. But don't tell me about it. But then they tell you about it because they need to victimize themselves because it's all part of this weird narcissistic spiral they're in, including this dumb bitch.
Well,
like, who cares? And how do you even know who's racist? Who's
When they
showing up
buy a
at your
ticket,
concert?
like, are you going to
Yeah.
be doing a background check on everybody?
No.
So apparently, the first thought that popped into my head was, oh, are they like struggling to sell tickets and she's just doing this for like the small minority of people that are the loudest voices on this, right? To get the news. And then my second one was like, she's kind of hypocritical because she literally lives in one of the reddest states in the union, that is Tennessee. So it's like, okay, do as I say, not as I do. Like, if you're this hardcore blue, move to LA or New York City and live under the regime in which you are telling everybody else is good.
Yeah, or if you're, Queers for Palestine,
Go on over to Gaza.
Yeah, go on over to Gaza and preach, baby. Preach.
Good luck.
Yeah, they never do because they like the protections, they like the rules, they like the safety, they like all that is provided by the sane states in governing, but then they want to complain about it. Sort of reminds me of, what is that politician from Tennessee who was saying she hates the bridal showers and the?
Oh, she's running. Is she the lady, the blonde chick that looks kind of like a normal middle-aged mom, but she's really radical? I think she's running. Is she running for mayor?
She's running, not mayor,
not.
but like Congress or something.
Okay.
And, wants to defund the police and burn the city to the ground and stuff. It's like, first off, when did you normal people get into this stuff? Like, I guess it's out of
white women guilt.
It's a white woman
I think
guilt.
we've been told that we are systemically racist just because of the color of our skin and our privilege that we have as cisgender white women. And so therefore we have to do the Race to Dinner and the BLM riots and support Planned Parenthood and all these things that like the radical leftist version of feminism says is okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a weird way, it's like when you grow up like with a silver spoon in your mouth and you have to adopt all these sort of radical thoughts that
like
show
the Luigi
people that,
Mangione.
Yes. I think there's a lot of that. Also, there's a devil makes work for idle hands situation, which is when you're busy just working. I mean, when people are just working to eat and to shelter, like,
Get their kids to school.
Yeah, just real basic nuts and bolts. Like when I used to work, I just worked, man. And it was like a struggle just to work. And I didn't really, all these marches and, I'm going to knit a pink hat and put it on and go on the Million Woman March or something. Like, if somebody said, I said, where's the march? It's in Portland on Friday. I gotta work. I gotta go to work.
My mom used to tell me that all the time. Like we would pass some liberal protesters on some day, and I'd be like, "How are all those people there?" And she's like, "Because they don't have jobs."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the National Day of Prayer, like around the flagpole in the morning, it's like a small group of really dedicated retirees because everybody else has a job.
Yeah. So I assume it's a lot of people that don't have a lot of problems, because when you have actual problems,
you don't create problems.
You don't create problems, and this stuff, things like climate change, they're very first world kind of problems. They're very rich person problems. I mean, not that it exists anyway, but the point is if that's something that it does, when you're in Africa and you're burning dung to keep your hut warm, you just, sorry, not into the environment.
You don't even know about Greta Thunberg, like dyeing the Venice canals.
Right.
Like you're just trying to make it through the day.
Yeah, boy. What's she going to do next?
I don't know. I'm afraid maybe she's behind the Louvre. Those environmentalists like to just destroy art. Maybe they just decided to steal it.
Well, they just want to get your
conspiracy corner for the day.
They caught the Louvers, right?
They did. I think they caught like 4, and then they just arrested another 4. That's it. Back to the Luigi Mangione thing. People are like, "Oh my God, these guys are so hot. Like, who's going to be cast as them in the movie?" Like a couple of them were pretty good looking dudes in their mugshots that were released.
Well,
but like I would say that to you or my husband. I wouldn't go online advocating for them to be released from jail because I thought they were good looking.
If you're a second story man, you got to be in decent shape. You can't be a lard ass and get up that.
They had the thingy.
Yeah, but they have a 300-pound capacity. I remember seeing
Jules don't weigh that much.
Those buckets. I know, but the guy's a fat ass who won't be able to get over the top and bust us. You got to be nimble. I remember when I was a kid, I'd see those buckets that they lifted the telephone pole guy. I'd see on the sides a 300-pound capacity, and I'd be like, who's 300 pounds? No, now I'm like, oh, we got plenty of Americans.
Who isn't 300 pounds?
I heard for the first time today, I had to write it down. I heard that we have an obesity epidemic, and we've now created a society where we have food insecurity and an obesity epidemic at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
We have no food and too much food living together at the same time.
Or is it possible that we just have unhealthy food and people with like self-control issues? Like the people that can get the unhealthy food are not food insecure and they have no self-control, which no judgment. I just ate some Ruffles out there before I came in here, but
nobody, first off, they do this thing like, we shut the government for another week. We're going to lose SNAP benefits to 100 million. It's like, does anyone ever go hungry? Show me the bodies. I say, show me the hungry kids in America bodies. Show me the bodies. Show me the January 6th bodies. Show me the bodies. Everyone, you talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, but nothing ever comes out the other end. The government's going to close down. SNAP recipients were going to be thrown out in the streets. Kids were going to bed hungry. It never happens. It just doesn't. And also, people are resourceful. They find a way. Take away the food. They'll figure it. The things
that the leftists didn't want to address is that when those 42 million people didn't have their SNAP benefits, it was actually religious institutions that stepped up and did a better job of feeding those people than the government ever does. And like, there's no pathway out of that for them.
Yes.
Like that Star Parker, talks about this a lot. Like you need a path. Mia Love, like God bless her, like would talk about it should be a temporary thing when the government provides that solution, not a long-term thing.
No. Who wants to get married to the government? It's horrible.
Maybe this trans rabbi in New York.
All right. A good note to go out on. I'm in Santa Barbara. That'll be at the Santa Barbara Comedy Club. That'll be this Friday. And then me and Jay Moore in Corona coming up at the Dos Lagos Amphitheater. And then hitting Florida, man. Ooh. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Fort Lauderdale again. Not sure why, but that's how it works. You can go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. What do we got for you, Alicia Krause? We got the op-ed for the Washington Examiner.
Yep.
We can check that out. Website, aliciakrause.com.
No more speeches this year. My fall tour is wrapped, so you'll have to wait for the spring, guys.
We will wait with bated breath.